Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video I wanted to talk about the news that was released today about the upcoming Season 13 Shoot for the Stars, and I wanted to go over some of the rewards that I thought were pretty cool from the upcoming season, and I also wanted to talk about the new community calendar that was released today as well. And just before I get into this, I want to let you guys know that if you are curious about looking at the rewards yourself, you can go onto the Bethesda website and just look up the Season 13 Shoot for the Stars rewards, and I'm sure you'll be able to find the page where you can view them all individually. But I use that, and then also what I'm going to do is I'll put out a community post on my channel with a picture of the new community calendar, and that way you guys can use that as reference for what I am talking about in this video. So let's start with that. Let's start with the community calendar. And we'll kind of just go over how, or what it says here. So, looking at it right now, it's starting June 1st. Or what is that saying? June 1st? I have no idea. With the update coming out, though, the update comes out on the 20th, so I can assume that starting June 20th, it's going to run until, oh my gosh, I keep thinking this is the scoreboard. I'm sorry, folks. This is the community calendar. Of course, it's going to be the entire year. What am I talking about? But what they've released so far is what we have going on from June 1st till October 2nd. So the first week is what's going on right now. There's just, some legendary vendor sales, double mutations, so on and so forth. And guys, if I'm being completely honest, there's only like a couple things here that are really new, so it's not even worth going through this community calendar and telling you guys everything that's going to happen, because it's really just, high score, gold rush, caps of plenty, double mutations, meat week, Minerva's big sale, stuff like that. There is one thing in here that I am going to talk about, but I mean, unless they're coming up with some new kind of event or Minerva actually has a new inventory, which they really need to do this year, the only thing worth talking about on this community calendar is going to be this mysterious summer camp challenge event. But even at that, we know that it's not super mysterious. It'll most likely be a thing where actually, what does it say here for the date? Mysterious, so that's going to be July 25th to August 8th. I can only assume that will be something where it's like a 2-week thing, and every day you have to do some kind of challenge or some kind of task or whatever, and then you'll get some reward for your camp, maybe like a chair, I don't know, like a porta potty or a sign, something like that. They typically do those during the summer, just kind of keep people going on and playing the game, stuff like that. But guys, at base, that is really the only new thing that is coming with this community calendar, and I mean, even given that, it's not really even something to look forward to per se. But I get where they're coming from. I mean, although I have my gripes with Bethesda, I understand that they have a lot of work they're doing. They have Starfield coming out. They're working on a bunch of other stuff. So I get it. This game is like 4 years old, but just, man, I wish there was maybe a little bit of variety with that community calendar. But we do have good news, and that is going to be the new scoreboard for Season 13, the new Battle Pass. And sorry, I'll move the camera around a little bit. I don't want to get too monotonous in this video. But what I did is I went through all the rewards, and I kind of just jotted down some of the things that I thought were the most important. So starting at the top of my list, the overall thing that I had with this is I'm not exactly the biggest fan of a Hollywood kind of cinema-themed scoreboard. If you guys know me on the channel, I really am more of a fan of kind of post-apocalyptic stuff as opposed to kind of the campy things. And I understand that I'm in a bar and I have, campy stuff and all this Nuka-Cola things, but I really only do that to an extent. I'm not a big fan of the kind of modern things, as I always say, the wavy Willards BS, how I call it, stuff like that. But again, another thing I always say is that beggars can't be choosers, so we kind of have to make the best with what we have. And talking about that, I'm going to talk about the things that I think are the most important. So, going off at the top, the first thing I saw was this Gilded 10mm skin, and so it's a gold 10mm skin. I thought that was pretty cool. And as you go through the rewards, you can kind of see that there are a lot of like all gold skins for a lot of the weapons, including some melee weapons. Obviously, the 10mm. There was a Gatling gun there as well, a 44 one there too, and those would be kind of cool. I love engraved kind of weapons. Love silver, bronze, platinum, gold weapon skins. That'll definitely be pretty cool. And there's also a gold power armor skin coming as well. Something else that was kind of cool, they are going to be adding custom signs that are oriented towards like concession stands and theaters, and one of those is going to be a marquee kind of sign. So if you go to the movie theater and you kind of see it says like Guardians of the Galaxy is playing, you'll be able to have a sign like that, and you'll be able to customize your own text there. So that'll definitely be pretty cool. I mean, if I go outside I didn't mean to take a picture there, but if I go outside my camp here, it would be kind of cool. as opposed to having these lights here where it says VFW, maybe having like an actual sign with lettering on that I could put down. That would be really cool looking. And they kind of did something with that with the chalkboard here where you could make your own custom lettering, but I think that this will be, the new marquee thing will be a step in the right direction. And hopefully they'll be adding more kind of customizable signs and text stuff more in the future. So let me find a different seat here. I do love this seat right here. Let me see if I can even sit down in it. Yes, we can. So moving down, there's some more collection stuff coming here. If you guys know about the beer steins and all that, I think I have one right here on the table. There's a beer stein collection case. There was actually one that happened with the current scoreboard. It was like a bear or whatever. But in that same vein, they are adding more things that you can kind of collect and customize. And two of those things, the first one, excuse me, is going to be a cryptid collector trading card thing, and it's like a little like a poster you can put on the wall, and you can fill it with the different cryptid cards that you get, whatever it is. And the other one that I saw is going to be a jewelry stand where you can hold the backpack flare. So let me stand up here again. I know that I keep sitting down and standing up, but man, I keep getting trapped in that corner. You can see here I have a Vault Boy and like a gold grenade there on my backpack, and you'll actually be able to display these individually, like inside your camp, as opposed to just having them on your backpack. So that'll be something that's super cool. Going down the list here, there's going to be some studio lights. That'll be really good for content creators like myself. I mean, it'll be good for everybody, but specifically for people that make videos. I actually have this light right here as an example. This is really, really good for when you're filming videos. I mean, you obviously can't control the weather in this game, so it's really good to have a nice piece of lighting. And I have this kind of like Hollywood studio light, and this thing really does a great job illuminating and kind of making sure that everything on my body is seen. So having studio lights that maybe hopefully will be producing the same amount of lighting as these will be really, really cool. You can put them up inside your shelter, inside a camp, and just give yourself really good lighting if you're filming or something like that. But yeah, moving down the list is the firework or the pyrotechnic kit, and I actually don't want to talk about that right now because I'm saving that for another video, which hopefully should be coming parallel to this video. And that's, well, you know what? I'll save it for that video. So if you guys are curious about the kind of lore behind the fireworks in Fallout 76, be sure to go check that out. And let's see what else we have here. The last thing I have kind of written down is this Western town kit. Now, I know if I go here to, I think it's in miscellaneous structures, we got some Western town stuff from the Nuka World on Tour update. They added a bunch of Western things, and I don't know, I can't seem to find it here, but what it looks like they're doing is they're actually adding, and I'll just fast travel down there, they're adding all of the Western kind of town prefabs that we see down here at the Nuka World on Tour in the scoreboards. You'll be able to use those in your camps, and I'm a big fan of that because I would love to make my own Western town. I mean, just like this down here. So we already have that Wild West Showdown, but I'm talking about like this, where it says saloon right there. Like, we're going to get the front of that. We're going to be getting the front of this, I guess, boarding house or the sheriff's office, general store. And I think those are going to be really, really useful. You can make a tiny little town, maybe add a bit of community to your camp builds, and that's going to be super, super cool. Yeah, but that's really going to be it talking about the rewards that we get from there. Just a couple comments that I have is that there's going to be a movie projector that they're also adding to the scoreboard, but my curiosity with that is I really hope that they actually make it so it plays some kind of like visual movie. I don't even care if it's like a 1-minute clip that keeps repeating itself, but if it's just a projector that projects just a white blank screen, I really don't think that's going to be useful at all. I really don't think that's going to be fun. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that since this scoreboard is very Hollywood and cinema themed, kind of glitz and glam themed, I'm wondering why they didn't release this with the Atlantic City update. I mean, Atlantic City, Jersey, really given like the Pitt, West Virginia, Atlantic City, that's going to be the one that is most oriented towards, the glitz and glam, I guess, the mobster, stuff like that. But maybe they'll be going in more of a casino scoreboard season route when that Atlantic City DLC comes out. I have no idea. But yeah, folks, that's really all that I had to talk about the new news that came out today. I know that everybody else in the Fallout community has been making videos on it, so obviously I wanted to give my 2 cents on it. And guys, if you're curious or if you have any opinions about what's going on, or if you want to share them with me, be sure to leave them down in the comments. I'm always interested in seeing what you guys have to say. And you know me here, I'm not going to be BSing you guys with kissing Bethesda's ass, something like that. I really try to give you my honest opinion on the things they're releasing for this game. So in reality, I'm kind of like maybe like 60-40. 60, I'm looking forward to it. 40, I'm kind of like on the new season that's coming out and the new stuff that's coming. But I'm definitely very excited for the Atlantic City update. But that's going to be probably a year away, so we're going to have to wait on that. But guys, I will see you. I'll see you this whole week making videos and stuff. But I will definitely see you out here in West Virginia when the Once in a Blue Moon update drops on June 20th. So guys, with all that being said, be sure to check out my upcoming Fallout 76 video, which I talked about discussing the kind of the fireworks in this game. And then I should also be uploading a fun Division 2 video today if you guys are curious to go watch that. So I know that I've been rambling a little bit here, but with all that being said, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.